Beyond limits, this is beyond limits. This is living. Welcome to the Limitless Living Podcast, episode 1. My name is Scotty. For those of you who don't know me, this is my first episode. It's my first time doing this, so give me some grace. Obviously my setup is beyond basic. It's bare, it's minimal, but we're doing it off, limited resources. I got my microphone here that I've had forever. I brought out a literally storage. I got my phone recording this on a little tripod and we're rolling with it. So, yeah, this is episode 1, man. I'm glad you guys are tuned in. I'm glad you guys are joining. I appreciate the couple people who have subscribed this far. I'm hoping to obviously expand it and see where this goes. I'm excited for what this podcast is. And on this first episode, I really just wanted to explain what we're doing on this podcast, what Limitless Living is all about, what the gear is all about, and just kind of dive into it. So basically, with this podcast, long story short, I feel like I've been called to speak now for quite some time. I've been feeling this calling on my life. I've been reaching out to mentors and saying, hey, such and such, mentor, I feel called to speak. What should I do? How should I go about it? I don't know what to do. I don't know what the next steps are. And I just feel a calling from God to speak. And I've been, I've had some wise counsel and everything, and I've been feeling like I definitely need to start this podcast. So yeah, the podcast, I feel called to do it first and foremost from God. So that, and then on top of that, I just been seeing, fear run rampant in my generation. I've been seeing people fearful of the economy, fearful of relationships, fearful of health, fearful of spiritual things. And I'm just hoping to break past those barriers. I'm hoping to literally, encourage you to just live limitlessly, obviously Limitless Living Podcast. So yeah, what obviously this is my first episode. You're going to see it up on YouTube. You'll see it on Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, you'll see it on there as well. So yeah, man, have some grace on me. I'm not good with technology. This is obviously my first time doing this, so I'm just rolling with it. Like I said, my setup is basic and everything, but I also wanted people to see with the basic setup, with limited resources, with me not being a multimillionaire or a millionaire or a financial guru or this or that. I'm not any of these things, and I'm not claiming to be. That you can still chase your dreams. You can still do what you feel called to do for sure. Obviously, if God put a calling on your life, He will give you what you need to fulfill that calling. So I wanted people to see with this basic setup, nothing on my walls, just lights in the back that I got from Walmart, and like I said, this mic from storage, and then my phone. So yeah, man, this is episode 1. I'm excited to see where this podcast goes. I'm excited to see who my audience is. I'm excited to see where it goes, man. But yeah, like I said, my generation and just the world in general, I've been seeing I'm so fearful of like I said, the economy. I've been seeing just fear run so rampant, depression running rampant. Both things I have personally dealt with. I don't know if anybody has actually, even the people that are pretty close to me, I don't know if they even knew that. My wife knew, and a couple other of my very close friends knew that I was going through a couple things like anxiety, like depression, um, but I've never told a lot of people. So I'm just here, man, to encourage, to inspire, to motivate. And like I said, man, I'm not a guru. I don't have it all figured out. And matter of fact, I don't have most of it figured out, but I'm going, man, I'm chugging along. And I'll be honest with you, man, I even had doubts about this podcast. I had doubts about starting it. I had doubts about where it would go. I had doubts about doing the first episode. I've never done this, but with all that being said, I just want to encourage people, man, to just go after it. You know what? For those of you who do know your calling, go after it. For those of you who don't, just keep knocking, keep asking, keep seeking. And he'll let you know, or he knows what's right. So yeah, it's just obviously, yeah, man, I'm here to, like I said, encourage, inspire, and motivate. And yeah, man. So yeah, like I said, with this podcast, I was fearful, I was doubtful. I remember setting this room up. Obviously, we didn't have much to set up because I don't have anything, but I remember setting this room up, and I had my arm set up for the microphone, the arm microphone thing, and then the tripod. And I remember setting up the chair and trying to see where we should place the camera. And I was just, I ain't gonna lie, I was getting overwhelmed, and I was just doubtful. I was like, my wife was helping me set it up, and we were setting up the camera angle and everything. And I was just looking at her, and I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where to go from here. I don't know how to set all this up. I'm not good with technology. I've never done a podcast. I've never been on a podcast. I've never been a guest on anybody's podcast. I was like, I don't know where to go. And she just looked straight at me and was like, "You got it. Like, I know you got this. God gave you a calling on your life. You got this. He wants you to do this. He wants you to do this podcast." So here we are. So, and speaking of which, she actually gave me this card, and it says, "You're killing it." So I keep it right here on my desk. And that reminds me. So I love her, and shout out to Lauren for doing that. Um, yeah, without her, this wouldn't be possible, and I wouldn't be doing this podcast. I can let you know that for sure. So, so yeah, man, I'm just here to be a voice of reason for you, and I'm hoping to build a community around this YouTube channel, around this brand. And yeah, I'm thankful, I'm blessed, I'm excited to see what the future holds with this podcast. Um, and with this brand. Hopefully we just push past limits, push past barriers. And I'm just tired of seeing people fearful of stepping into their calling. I'm tired of seeing people fearful of the economy. I'm tired of seeing people fearful of their health. And I've seen people with so much potential, even in their 50s or 40s or 60s, and just have all this potential, all these gifts and talents that they've been given from God. And I can tell they're just not using them. They're scared to use them. I was scared to use mine to speak. I was just doubting, am I a speaker? Am I actually supposed to do this podcast? I know it's going to look ridiculous at first. I don't have anything. I don't have a lot of resources. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a guru. I don't have it all figured out. I don't have this wisdom. Um, because I'm looking at other speakers that have been in the been in the speaking game, been in the speaking game for, 10, 15, 20 years. I'm looking at Eric Thomas, I'm looking at Inky Johnson, I'm looking at Jeremy Anderson, I'm looking at all these people, Grant Cardone in the financial industry. I'm looking at uh Jamal King that's with Eric Thomas. Like, I'm looking at all these people, and I'm like, look how far they are. But I also have to realize that they've been doing it for so long now, they had to start somewhere too. So I'm hoping people see this setup, and I actually want it to motivate somebody to say, well, if Scotty can do it with this bare bones, basic, minimal, low budget setup, then I can do it too. Because some podcasts I see are phenomenal, and they're up here. They're at the top of the top of the top. A lot of podcasts are on YouTube. They look phenomenal. They're making a lot of money. They know what they're doing. The technology's on point. The cameras are on point. The mics are on point. Everything, and it feels so far out of reach. It feels so just out of reach for just an average Joe like me or you or whoever's listening to this to actually start something like that for them, because they're looking at, cameras that are $5,000. They're looking at microphones that are expensive and setups that are thousands and thousands and tens and thousands of dollars, and just all this knowledge about podcasting and everything and technology, that it just seems so far fetched to actually start something like that. So I'm hoping people see this setup and just say, hey, if this guy can do it, then I can do it too. So I'm hoping, once again, to motivate, to inspire, to push past fear. And I'm excited that I'm finally starting this, man. And like I said, without my wife, without a couple close people around me, this wouldn't be possible. So shout out to them, and I'm thankful for them. And let's get it started, man. Limitless Living, episode 1. Let's get it.